Hi, I'm Rose, and every month is Pride Month if you really think about it. At the beginning of this week, I was struggling to pick up the beginning of the month. I didn't even have an excuse this time. I just forgot. I had a whole intro script and everything about Pride Month and the process of picking a video topic this, quote, week. I'm not going to spend the first 5 minutes moping though, so let's skip to the relevant part, the part that's relevant. I was looking through my old art, as I seem to always do in these intros for some reason. This time, something new caught my eye. Wanting to make a webcomic wasn't anything new for me, even though my brain has seemingly gaslighted me into believing it was. Take this, for example. In 2020, I was learning what gay people were. At the same time, I was revisiting my middle school cat girl OC for the very first time. I think her name was like Katarina or something. Cat pun. I am so smart and creative. Also at the same time, I was discovering Webtoon for the first time. This all culminated into what is basically 2 thumbnail sketches for something I abandoned and never worked on again. I had only finished about an episode or so. Here's a quick summary of what I had drawn down. The story starts when our main character Kat gets the homophobia special and gets kicked out of her house. I think someone said they found an apartment. And then we get time skipped directly to her arrival. She's clearly anxious and not good with crowds. I time skipped this crowd part for some reason, but if I didn't, it would have been very good for like establishing fears and stuff. Don't apartment lobbies not have many people in them anyways? Like, isn't that hotels? I'll get back to that. Shit. I just post script writing. I do not get back to that. She gets to her first apartment, and that's where it cuts off in the first draft. By the way, 2 drafts right next to each other. But in the second draft, we get a small bit further, just a little bit. She reaches for the doorknob and who the f is this? Okay, guys, everyone here needs context. So, every time I've drawn this character, Kat, this one over here, that one, I've drawn her with this character. I think I called her Carly at some point, so I'm gonna stick with that and see where that lands me. They've had a history together, but suddenly, when I actually get to that whole story part, I replace her with this? Who is this? There's no drawings of her before or after this comic. I'm so confused. It's so bad to the point where I have zero clue what her colors are. I'm so confused. For now, let's move on to the first character. Mods, can we ban this guy? Mods, can we kill this guy with hammers? Mods, can we access the nuclear launch codes and... Sorry. Sibling banter, am I right? By the way, if you remember reading this episode, you might be entitled to financial compensation. I say this because at the end of that episode, I had promised a Q&A that I never delivered on. Sorry. I'm trying to do better this time.
Did anyone ask?
Yeah, it's crazy. There was like 4 comments. Katie was the original idea, the whole framework behind this thing. She's remained mostly the same for the most part. By the way, her name is Katie now. Notably, it is still a cat pun. I have not changed since middle school. I still remember making her for the first time in that middle school classroom. I think she's an older OC than I give her credit for, really. I looked it up in my Ibis Paint gallery, and my first drawing of her was in January 2020. Jeez, I thought I made her sooner than that. Her original name was so embarrassing, I can't say it. Mostly because I'm not sure if it's actually a real name, and it doesn't even fit her. For her last name, new last name, she never had one before, I just got it off of Pinterest. As for her personality, Katie is way more anxious than before. She, just got kicked out of her house. Yeah, spoilers, that part's still there. The new plot after that is, she has to stay at a friend's place for a bit. That friend might be talked about later. When that friend finds the last apartment available, Katie barely manages to get in, but now she has to move in, knowing that she'll have nowhere else to go if it doesn't work out. On a lighter note, I'm really proud of this reference sheet. It kinda got me into an era of re-character sheeting every single one of my characters. Gonna take a while, but I'm kinda getting there if you look at these references right here. And perfectly timed with art fight as well. Nice. Katie's rough sheet was the one that first gave me the idea to draw 3 outfits per reference sheet. This was kind of a bad idea. because getting all 3 out of 3 outfits to look good together is a very rare occurrence. I like to think it worked here though, it just depends on the interpretation of the first outfit. You see, the 3 outfits here are outside clothes, formal clothes, and casual clothes. I wasn't expecting this, but I really like outfits 2 and 3. 2 is very simple and elegant, and 3 is very fun. So, I think that most people would assume that this is going to be the second out of 2 characters. However, when thinking up of a new chain of events, I realized very quickly that Katie needed a place to stay for a little bit, just a little bit, and that the person who's letting her stay there also needs a design. At first I was fine with the concept of another person who helps Katie get back on her feet. Mostly neutral, I guess. I immediately became biased for her as soon as I named her Murmurs. Holy... The alliteration on that one goes crazy. Something I find interesting is that somehow I managed to put earrings on a cat. A cat girl, but a cat nonetheless. Oh no, I think it has some interesting implications and also world building opportunities. I don't know why, I don't know how, it just kinda looks interesting. Speaking of looks, I'm pretty happy with the final result. I'm loving that first outfit, but the second outfit makes her seem very millennial coded. It's not that much of a bad thing, it makes sense for her, but that's the vibe I get. Also, the vibe my sibling gets too. When they first saw it, they said, she looks like a millennial. And I said, I thought the same thing. And then we did a funny handshake. Hey, if you're enjoying my video so far, liking it even, go ahead and press the conveniently named like button. This lets me know that you're enjoying your time here. Not much else at the moment, but it does help it reach more people who might also enjoy their time here. 4 drawings of video is not easy, man. I was this close to naming her Poppy, but alas, I found something better. But I'm still a bit unsure about the name though, so if you have any better ideas, let me know in the comments. I know I was kind of implying I wanted Carly back in that first summary of mine, but honestly, I don't remember her personality either. So, she's getting a complete redesign in all of her aspects. From what I absorbed in the 2 frames we see design 2 in, I can see that she's actually pretty bubbly and energetic. That's actually kind of fun, so I'm keeping it in. However, I don't like this final result. Shocking, I know, when the rest of the video is, ooh, I like how this looks, I like how this looks. I liked it all the way until I actually finished. When I revisit this design shortly, by shortly I mean anywhere from a week to 5 months, I'm actually going to go back to one of the concept sketches. But I've drawn what I've drawn, so let's just continue talking about it, because I can't change the past. Her outfits have the same themes as Kat. Outside outfit, formal and casual. I actually think I completely fumbled on 2 out of the 3 though, because I think I could have just tied up the sweater for the first outfit and the colors for outfit 3. I keep swinging back and forth between a complete redo and keeping it the way it is. I don't know, there's something about it that makes me do that. I think the way it is now feels honestly a little rushed, probably because I thought I was releasing a video that same week. But you know, probably shouldn't have done that, especially because I didn't even do that either. After all those reference sheets, I actually have a bonus drawing for you. So what gives? I actually have a tragic backstory behind this, so listen up. I was at school, art class. We had an art show soon, and there was the option to print out some digital art that you made. Some of my classmates did, and it looked really cool. But I went home and logged onto my computer to go pick out a piece of my own. Reference sheet. Drawing for another project. Reference sheet. Don't feel like showing that to my teachers. It's also old. Draw this in your style prize. Reference sheet. Drawing for another project. Too old. Reference. Nothing. I had nothing. I'm gonna be so real. I had no idea how long it had been since I had last drawn a full illustration until I had to sit down there and realize the implications myself. So that's what I'm doing now. Actually, doing the illustration stuff. Now for what's going on in said illustration. It would be like a hypothetical promotional drawing where Katie is kind of standing there while the world, I don't know, goes on without her. Now I'm gonna be real, I haven't finished that thing by the time of script and recording, but I have a list of changes that should be hopefully unfolding right before your eyes. First, I still have control over this part. I'm changing Eloise's design back to one of the two previous designs. I actually haven't decided yet, and I'm bouncing back and forth between 1 and 2, but it's not 3. When I first came up with her hair, I was super proud of it, because it kinda looked like a heart. However, it became annoying to draw, and honestly, a little annoying to look at too. As the person who drew it, I might be biased. Next, I think I'm gonna move Katie a little bit to the right, and maybe to the sidewalk? Walking down, you know, and also Eloise is going to be facing more towards the viewer. Last thing, Katie has a suitcase. Yes, that box is supposed to be a suitcase. I'm going to make the suitcase look more like a suitcase, and maybe add some cute accessories along the way. And that's it. That wasn't so bad, was it? That was me telling myself that, so I actually got myself to write more scripts again. It's been a slow climb getting back to a consistent video posting schedule, but when I'm back for real. Did you see that time I posted 5 weeks in a row? That's crazy, right? How's our fight going, by the way? I'm recording from the past. I hope well. When this video goes up, we should be well into it, around like a week or 2? I hope I've drawn all sorts of fun and exciting characters by then. If you want to participate in the art fight, the profile link will be in the description below. This has been Rose, and I love gay people.